Welcome to season 2 of the Erudition Show. We are back live and we have changed a few things. As you can see, the setup is a bit different this time around. We are in Rotherport, I believe, and we are bringing you season 2, episode 1. And I'm gonna introduce, that's Justice Sambo, obviously. I believe everyone already knows that. I'm sitting here with my co-host, Mojalifa Shokane, and today we are bringing you a guest host who is Lebu Tlabanyani. You probably know her from the crew, and we have an amazing guest of the day, Khotsofalo Mokoma. So Khotsofalo, would you want to introduce yourself and just tell us a bit about yourself?
Thank you for having me, guys. My name is Khotsofalo Mokoma. Many know me as Khotso or Aus Khotso. I work at Wits. Justice is my colleague. And I work with students, and I think that's, if you ask me what I value much in life, is actually my job, because I get to impact and be impacted by young lives, and that's just what my life is about, impacting and being impacted. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, everyone, today we'll be talking about the pain of losing someone. I personally do not know what that means, so I'm just gonna ask each and every one of us to give us a brief understanding of the pain of losing someone, or rather about losing someone. How does it feel? It can be a relative, a sexual partner, or anything, or anything around that.
Thank you, Mujalifa. I believe my understanding of the topic, as he said, we're gonna just give a round of what you understand about the topic. I believe my understanding of the topic is like the pain of losing someone. Like, you know, when we're in this journey of life, we walk this journey of life. Sometimes we bring people along this life. Sometimes family members who we don't really get to choose, who we become family with, friends who we bring along this life, partners and all of that. And unfortunately, life has its own ways. Life has its own journey, you know. It brings about its own ways of doing things. And through all of that, you find that one day you just wake up and the person that you value the most is no longer there. You know, you can no longer see them, they're just no longer there. I believe that's where the pain starts, because the memories that you had with the person, the plans, the goals, and all of those things, you understand. So yeah, that's just my brief understanding of the topic. I don't know, Khotso, Lebu.
When you asked the question, I was like, what can someone even say about the pain of losing someone? And even now, I can't think of anything to say, but I feel that Justice said a lot. What I can add is that the pain of losing someone, I don't even know if it's a pain.
Yeah.
You know, it's a process that you can only go through when you actually acknowledge that I've lost someone. Otherwise, you can know that, this dear person to me passed on. And for years, you can go on living knowing that I've lost someone, but you actually don't even feel that pain, if you can call it the pain. Yeah. I think that's what I can add in.
Very hard question, and it's very close to my heart. For me, I would call it pain. And honestly, I can say I don't think I ever knew pain until I lost someone. You know, when you look at your life and you're like trying to figure out what it's about, and you think pain. For me, that is pain. It's a process, of course. But then the pain is constant, and they say it gets better as you go. But there is pain. Like, I don't even know. I don't think there's a word, man. I'm sure that's what you're saying. I don't think there's a word to describe how you feel when someone that you've walked a journey with, that was a part of everything that you did, that was the first person that you would call, last person that you would talk to. That's like, it's I don't know if pain explains it or there's no word for it, but I think it's the greatest. When I read, because I read a lot now about it, they say it's the worst kind of thing that a human being can ever go through. Although I'm not making light of other challenges and other things that people are going through, but for me, that this is like a blow, like
Okay, since you said that you read a lot, like according to you reading and research, what did they say? What causes pain according to what you read?
Pain is part of human life. We can never separate ourselves from pain. As much as you can't separate yourself from love, as much as you can't separate yourself from peace, because I mean, who doesn't want peace? We can never separate ourselves from pain. Just that for different people it comes at different times. But yeah, like it's a part of our everyday walk. It's part of breathing. As much as we take in the air, pain is part of the air that we breathe. As much as love is part of the air that we breathe, I think.
So I'm interested in, since we said today we're speaking about dealing, right?
Yeah,
I'm interested in the dealing part. You spoke about the fact that you lost someone who's very dear to you. So now I want to know, how did you deal, or how are you dealing with that pain, or with that knowledge of someone's absence, due to their death?
I think, guys, when you know someone is breathing, it's hard to imagine them not breathing. Like I'm looking at you now and I'm like, I can touch you, we can talk, we can exchange laughter, and I can't imagine you not doing what I'm used to seeing you do. And it's hard for me to even imagine now that actually you're not even a part of any laughter at all, not just with me, but it's not like you are somewhere laughing. Okay, well, I don't know what happens in the afterlife, but being Christian, I believe that it's nice, but I mean that's what we know, right?
Yeah.
But being here, so dealing, guys, I don't know if I'm dealing. Honestly, I just wake up, breathe, and be like, oh, okay, let me do what they say, do the next thing. When we go for the support groups and stuff, they just say, you know what, just do the next thing. So the next thing could be you dealing, and it's hard for me to say much about dealing when it's still fresh. Maybe 5 years down the line, I'll be like, oh, that was me dealing. But from what I read, you said something about me, like the question that you asked. So, Barry, the basic things, waking up, you force yourself to wake up. Some days, some people don't even wake up for days. You force yourself to wake up. The next thing would be maybe go to the bathroom. Like every small thing that we take for granted becomes an achievement for you. Brushing your teeth is like, oh God, okay, my teeth are clean. Eating is like, oh, so I enjoyed the bread. Every small thing becomes an achievement when you're going through something like that. Waking up to go to work, sitting there in the traffic, like it's like you are being reintroduced to a life that you once knew. Literally, how about born again? I would think this is part of being born again, because you basically are walking a journey that you may have known before, but it's new to you. The streets don't feel the same. The sun don't scorch the same. The people in your life, actually, some come, some go. So it's like a relearning. Everything becomes new. The things that used to make you laugh don't make you laugh anymore. The people that you used to enjoy being around don't mean anything much to, not all though. Peace to my friends and my family. But it's like you relearn, and topics, people don't now get into topics because now everyone is thinking about what you might feel, and like it's not the same. You relearn everything. Even people, it's like you are, even to them, you're a new person, so they learn the new person. And they don't know now how to, it's very complicated and it's very confusing. Yeah, so dealing, I don't know if I'm dealing. I'm just
living.
Yeah, not just it's not a vain kind of life that I feel like I'm living, but it's me learning that I can, I can laugh. Even your own laughter at some point becomes a shock. I remember there's a time when I laughed and I was like, I cannot be, and I love laughing. Like everyone that knows me knows this teeth, like even especially this one, So it's always out. So when someone says something and it's not funny, And the day it's funny, you don't believe it. In fact, you want that person to hang around because you just made me laugh. And it's things that we take so much for granted. So much. I mean, you laugh and you don't think someone else out there could be wishing they could find anything to make them laugh about. So, yeah. Yeah.
So just a reminder to our viewers, the Erudition Show brings you live experiences from people. We share wisdom through lived experiences of people. And today we have Khotsofalo Mokoma. And Khotso, as the whole vision of the Erudition Show is to share wisdom through people's lived experiences. And in this case, where we are focusing on your life, I just want to get a bit into your life. Because I believe you have been answering questions, but it has always been in the other person, you know. But in this case, I just want to bring it home to you. And
okay. I can't believe Justice managed to make me do this. Okay, so guys, this is very sensitive because again I'm aware that most of the viewers are my students.
But students.
Or the students that I work with. Let me not say my hey. So when I was 6 months pregnant with my daughter, my husband he got sick for most of last year. So just when I was 6 months pregnant, I remember it was on the 10th of November. He just collapsed in the bathroom. Like, he was meant to take me to the doctor because I had some minor bleeding, and we know bleeding is not good for a pregnant lady. So we were fine. We woke up. It was a fine day. In fact, the day before, it was my son's concert at school. We attended the concert. I had baked the cake for the concert. We were a proper family. I was even taking videos of the boy. It was a happy family day, and yeah. So on the 10th, I tell him, Ish, I see this. And then I said to him, okay, you guys can take me. It was on a Sunday. You guys can take me to the doctor. I wasn't very phased. I think I was fine. I was not losing it because it had happened with my first baby. So I said, leave me at the doctor's and then you guys go to church. After church, come fetch me. Then he went into the bathroom and he never got out. Fine. He went in okay, walking, laughing. We were fine. We were going to have Sunday lunch. Sundays were our family days. And then right in the middle of what he was doing, guys, he just screamed for me. Then I went there and he was screaming and telling me that his head hurt. It was, yeah. So it was, yeah. So I went in, tried to help. I'm pregnant. And then my son was there. And I think this is one of his last things that he was very much concerned about, because the 3-year-old was there. Daddy is screaming. I'm screaming for help. It's Sunday. It's quiet where we stayed. There's no one. Like, I felt like there was no one who could hear my voice. And I'm trying to pull him. And I'm worried about the baby. I'm bleeding. Pregnant. Eventually, a neighbor comes. They call the ambulance. And that was the last time he was ever at the house. Got admitted in one hospital. I'm not gonna mention names. And then he got transferred to another one, and we're waiting for him to have an op. So he had brain aneurysm. I don't know scientifically what it is because I don't want to start explaining, and then the medical students are like, hey, sorry, that's not what it is. But yeah, he had brain aneurysm. So we're waiting for him to have an op. And you can imagine, guys, it was only me. I think I only got help just towards the end, just when he was about to go. So this entire time, I am mumming, I am wifing, I have to come to work, and it was just around exams time, and we had to work on deadlines, release marks and stuff. But I still managed to get that done. Like, I would still go to work. Be strong, you guys. You've never walked into my office and saw me crying. Do what needed to be done, and yeah. After it was done, then he was also like, okay, now I can go. So I got a call, 2 days before he passed away. They said he was in a coma. And nothing prepared me for his death. Like, I still, you know how Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead? My faith was on steroids. I've never I don't think my faith has ever been that sharp and high like it was when he was sick. Like, I did what we are taught to do: confess, don't think what you don't want to see, speak what you want to see, don't speak what you don't want to see. Even when I was told that he was still in a coma, I remember saying he'll wake up, you know. Jesus woke Lazarus, he himself woke up. I mean, he has to wake up, you know. And I would go home with the same faith, have to still fetch the baby from school, still cook, because he would call me so much. And every time he called me, because I didn't know what to say, I would just pray in tongues. You know, he calls and I'm like, I'm not even gonna try and analyze his voice and ask him questions. Baby, does it hurt? Baby, you'll be fine. Because I think I overdid the baby, you'll be fine. So every time he called, I'd just pray in tongues, you know, every single time. Or at least have because he could talk, have a little conversation and stuff. And 2 days later, I get a call around 3 a.m. I just saw an 011 number at 3 and I was like, yeah, I think this is it. And when they called, they said to me, can you come? Imagine, guys, can you come to the hospital? Then I said, what is it? Then they said, we can't tell you over the phone. Then I said, is he gone? They said, no, about to. I was like, there's nothing like about to. It's either he's here or he's gone. Then they said, ma'am, can you come? And that's when I knew, that I'll never talk to him again. I'll never. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's what happened. And I'm still pregnant. Because every time I tell this story, people are like, where's the baby? Where's the baby? The baby. Okay, before we go to the baby. Yeah, 5 days later, we buried him. And yeah, I still can't find words to describe how I felt. I still can't find the words. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. But I think the most painful part is looking at the kids and I'm like, you'll never know your dad. I'm your mother, I'm your dad. And trying to be all that, you know. So, yeah.
It's a very touching story, I must say. Death is very real.
Guys, nothing prepares us for death. I think for me it was even shocking because no one in my life, no one closest to me ever died. So, okay, my cousins did pass away, but it wasn't. I don't want to explain because they're peace to my family. I don't want to say it wasn't painful, but this one was home. This one was like, this is a person that was I would say fan. He was my cheerleader. Being with him didn't make me lose myself. If anything, he was just there to just be my do whatever baby, be whatever baby. Our relationship was not a typical where have you been? I've been calling you, your phone is off, you know. It was yeah, if there's one person I think whoever really truly understood me was him. And I'm not saying this because he's gone. I'm saying this because I don't even remember any major fights. I always say to my friends, I've never had a reason to pack and go. I never packed and went anywhere. Whatever issues we'd have, we would sort them out. But we were friends. We were, yeah, we were what I wish everyone can have. It wasn't perfect, guys. Nothing is perfect. But in terms of getting along with a person, he really gave me a meaning of what a relationship is about. Be it friendship, relationship with your siblings, but any relationship. If you can wake up every morning and like what you see in front of you, even after you fight, then I think you are okay. But I'm not saying whoever is not feeling it is not okay. But yeah, he gave me a taste of beauty. And yeah, he left me with my guys, is so they are so cute. He gave me very cute babies, very very cute babies. So yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So would you say that friendship is the one that helped your relationship
Thrive.
yeah?
That's a hard one because you don't know that you're friends with someone until you really are friends. You know what I mean? Until you are in it, then you're like, kahle kahle. And then sometimes until you are in it, then you're like, me and you don't gel. So I can't say that our friendship is the reason why we were tight. I don't know what to attribute it to, hey, because there are people that are still very good friends but can't be more, like, even if they try a relationship, it doesn't work. So I can't say my friendship with him helped me thrive. I just think we understood each other so well. He was an intro, and I'm like there, and that didn't stand in my way of being myself, and he didn't stop me. And I think we understood each other, and I think we spoke like we were civil. We were civil with each other, the same way that I would talk to someone that I don't know to address an issue. It's the same way that we would address issues. There's never a time when we threw plates around. To this day, my son has never seen us exchanging words. So I think maybe our personalities didn't clash, because I know that I can wait for 2 weeks before we talk about something, if it means talking about it in a very civilized manner. And I think he was somehow also like, no, actually I'm like, he wanted to get it out right there and then. But then maybe I don't know. I don't think it's just friendship. I think maybe it's friendship and more.
If anything, what would you say are your biggest takeovers from moments like this for your own self, and maybe speaking to the viewers to say, Rory, this is something that through all of this, these are some of the takeovers that I've learned. These are some of the things that I've gotten out of life, you know.
Can I tell you, it's hard for me to answer that because I'm still going through the different stages of grief. So I'm not yet at a place where I'm like, I did this and it worked. I think I'll get there, but right now I am at a place where I'm like, God, what works? So, and I know there's a lot that we can say, things like life is too short, enjoy your life while you can. I'm not there yet, but there's something that I thought about yesterday, and it's so deep. I should just remember it, and it gave me a boost. Oh, I said, God, even if I can die, let me die trying. You know, if it comes, let it come while I'm still trying. So this for me means you can stop if you feel like it's hard to move on, but don't end there. Try, you know. I'm saying this because every day for me is a symbol of courage. You know, like courage is right at the face of fear and everything else that pains you. It's what you do, and that thing that you do should propel you somewhere. I don't want to say forward, and I don't want to say backwards, but it should take you from that place to the next. That's what courage for me is. So I think my life now is, with each step that I take it with the hope that I'll be on the other side. The other side being where I can look back and say, had it not been for you, Lord, I don't know where I would have been. So I'm not there yet, but I'm still going through the stages of grief. And obviously depression is the biggest one of them. I think that's why now depression has become a subject very close to my heart. It's something I never understood. It's something I used to dismiss, and I'm very ashamed to say that. Very ashamed to say, when someone said they were depressed, I think I was one of the, because you know when you are always happy, and I used to, no challenge fazed me. Like I was that person who would pick themselves right up, right there and then, you know what to do, how to do it, and look at it like it's there and you hear it, you know, until this situation. Then when someone comes to me and says I'm depressed, because I know it's a demon and it creeps in and it's painful. And really, if there's anyone now looking at this or watching this and is going through depression, my heart really does go out to you, because I know exactly how you feel. I know it's painful, like, and what saddens me is that a lot of people are going through depression for one or the other reason. Yeah, I wish I could say. I know that people are like, and I'm also like, I'm sorry you're going through that. It's really, it's painful. Yeah, for me the biggest challenge now was, or then, I don't know if I should say then or now, but depression, like, you know, that phase, because it's also a phase, was or is the most challenging. Because what happens when you're depressed, you have 1,000 thoughts. It's not necessarily thoughts that you want to take your life, which for many it is. Sometimes it's thoughts of, what if I don't make it to tomorrow, then what happened? With me, it's what happens to my kids if anything was to happen to me. And I think that one hurts me to the core. Like, it hurts me so much that if someone said they wanted a kid, I'd be like, are you sure? As happy as I am with my own kids, but now that I have so much responsibility and I feel like they need me so much, my thing now is, God, if you're listening and if you can hear me, not me, not my kids, you know, or not anyone in my life. I don't know, I know it's a selfish thing, I mean, but it's okay to have expectations from God. But yeah, so people go through different thoughts. Some are worse than others. Although I don't know what bad thought can be worse than the other, because if it's not a nice thought, then it's, for you, it's very painful and worse, because it's not a thought that your body or that you want to that, I don't know how to, it's not a thought that you naturally would have if you were okay. Some is because of school, some at home, some they've lost a loved one, some a mother, some girlfriend, boyfriend, sexual partner, like you said. But really, I am sorry to anyone going through depression. And I know, I don't know if I'm the good person to say this, but don't do it. Don't take your life. I don't know what's on the other side, but we can only know if we try. If it means you crawl to it, just be crawling. And sometimes it's gonna feel like every day is the same. And sometimes it feels like that for me, but somehow there is something in me that says I should keep going on. So just keep going. Keep going.
Thank you so much, Khotsofalo. It has been a wonderful conversation together. One note that I can say, though, you have raised amazing kids. I mean, I see Karabo, he's over there playing, he's happy.
Yeah.
You know, he's really happy, and you have done all of that. So I think that's one thing that you should look at and be like, wow, God, wow, you know, I can still do this. If I have gotten so far, then what's more? You know, what's more? And thank you to my wonderful co-host. Thank you so much for co-hosting this wonderful show. Lebo as our guest host, thank you so much. And guys, as our viewers, we appreciate you for watching our first episode of season 2. We are back bringing you more shows, more wisdom, and more stories that are going to inspire you or help you in some way. Thank you so much. That's it from us. We're going back to our own studios. Bye.